And so the Roman armies, they had a very unique defense against these hurled darts or arrows. They carried an oblong shield. Now I brought a little, just a smaller shield, but it was much bigger than this. But we'll just call this the shield of faith. And they would, think of a whole army. This is a whole battalion that was moving, and everybody had the shield. In actuality, this shield was more like a door, because it was 2.5 feet wide and 4 feet long. So you see, a person that's 6 feet could actually crouch behind the entire shield. And what they would do when fiery darts were being shot at them, they actually lifted the shields up over their heads, and they called this formation the turtle, because it created like a shell, because they had flaming arrows that were coming, and they would just come straight down on them, and they would stick into the actual shield, and they would be then extinguished. And so they were a force to reckon with. They could barely stop these legionnaires that were coming, soldiers coming after them, because of their shield. It wouldn't help you to have just a helmet on and you got arrows coming at you. And so once you get saved, you need something else to help you to keep from losing your salvation. You know how some folks, there are some people in this world that have an anointing to get up underneath your skin. And really the stuff that sort of gets up underneath your skin, those are really called darts. What these darts, the fiery darts, is on fire, is flaming. They add insult to injury, because it is a flaming dart. It's a flaming arrow. They set it on fire and then shoot it, so that it would, if it stuck a person and then it set them on fire, but their shields protected them. Remember, this shield was 2.5 feet wide by 4 feet long. So it was almost like having a complete door. So when they realized that arrows were coming over the wall, or they were coming from their enemies, these arrows were always shot from a long distance to be able to keep the approaching army from getting close. So whenever you're getting close to victory, that's when the devil starts shooting the darts, so that it keeps you at bay, so you can't get close enough to really do serious damage to them. So while you are away, but you're very close, when the darts start coming, it is a sign that you are too close to victory. You have made the enemy nervous. He's upset, so he's shooting everything that he has at you. You can be close to your breakthrough and your healing and your deliverance, and he will intensify the pain right at that time. And so when you're so close, he intensifies the pain with a fiery dart. The fiery dart sometimes is a negative word that comes out of a person's mouth. There are daggers in some people's mouths. They start speaking against you. They start assigning wrong motives against you. These are very hurting things, and it really hurts when people are supposed to love you, and then they are hurling against you these fiery arrows that, if they stick you, they really penetrate your heart. They hurt you awfully. So that's why now we have a shield of faith to be able to guard against the fiery darts of the enemy, the fiery darts of the wicked one, because he's going to send fiery darts against you. Now let me say this about the fiery dart. The fiery dart was not designed really to kill the enemy. It was only designed to incapacitate them. So notice how he can send a fiery dart out of somebody's mouth to discourage you, to break your spirit, to make you feel poorly about yourself. It's a fiery dart to make you feel inadequate, to make you feel unworthy. If he can break your spirit, you have just incapacitated the person. You don't always want to kill your enemy. You just want to incapacitate them so that they are no longer a threat to you. So that's the purpose of fiery darts. Those fiery darts that are shot at a distance are just to try to incapacitate you. They're not trying to kill you, because otherwise they would have taken another tactic to try to get you more seriously to actually kill. So they are really, their purpose, their intent is not to kill, it is just to incapacitate you. If he can make you ineffective in your salvation, if he can make you a Christian who is just sitting on the premises instead of standing on the promises. See, he's not intimidated by people who won't do anything. He's not intimidated by people that'll just talk about it but never walk about it. So if he can incapacitate your faith, if he can incapacitate the boldness of your witness, if he can incapacitate and assassinate your character, that's what some of these fiery darts of the enemy happen to be, things to try to incapacitate you. He's just trying to stop you. He don't want to kill you, he just wants to incapacitate you. He wants to make it to where you've had a stroke and you can't move one side. He wants you to still be alive so you can suffer. See, he likes suffering. He likes suffering, so he destroys your functionality. He destroys your creativity, your ability to dream again. Your ability to imagine, your ability to live your dream. He just wants to incapacitate you from pursuing God's purpose for your life. Because somebody who's supposed to help you backed out on you and reneged on their promise to help you. And now you become discouraged, and that became a fiery dart in your life. So whenever the enemy is coming, we have to make sure, you see, that the dart of the javelin, it was a weapon always hurled from a distance. This was never close or personal confrontation. So when you're getting a dart, you know that the enemy is just trying to keep you at bay, but you are advancing into his territory and he is intimidated by you. The devil does not attack people who are not a threat to him. So if you're getting attacked by the devil, it means that you're doing something that is coming against his kingdom. You wonder why the devil didn't bother you so much when you were unsaved, out in the club and doing all kind of stuff. And the moment you get saved and try to do the right thing, it looks like all hell breaks loose. Have you ever noticed that? Here's the reason: because when you walk in the same direction that the devil is going, why would he come against you? He's already got you moving toward the gates of hell. He's already got you moving toward the gates. So, but if you are opposing his kingdom, now there is a confrontation. That's when the arrows come. That's when the arrows come. The moment that you try to do right, the moment that you have submitted your life to God, he makes stuff happen in your marital relationship, crazy stuff happen with your children, stupid stuff on your job, your credit gets jacked up, you know, this happens, that happens, all kinds of stuff. These are attacks of the enemy, not to kill you, but to incapacitate you. You know, where you just sort of, you know, you've just given up on life because you feel like the system is against you. Nobody wants to help you. You feel like you're all alone, and you're just sitting there. You're discouraged. To encourage is the result of a person being inspired to breathe within. But discouragement is exhaustion of the human soul. It's when your soul runs out of air. You run out of breath. Have you ever been in a situation, you know, back in my football days, somebody could hit me real hard? Well, I hit somebody hard, and I used to love to hit somebody hard, and you knock the wind out of them. It takes a while to recover. It seems like you can get air in sometimes, but you can't get it out. Because you've had the wind knocked out of you. See, that's what the dart does. It knocks the wind out of you. It incapacitates you. It's not going to kill you. It incapacitates you. It just incapacitates. See, he loves to, you know, to make people sick. He's got more people sick than he wants to kill people. Because he can hurt you sometimes more through sickness, causing the suffering, whether, physical, the financial, and all of this stuff, that the stress, the wear and tear on everybody, the sleeplessness, all of that. He likes to wear us down, and those become fiery darts, just trying to discourage your soul, just trying to suck the oxygen out of you so that you become incapacitated, so you won't pray like you used to pray, so you won't believe God for the dreams that He's already shown you that this is a part of your destiny. He's trying to stop you from becoming all that God has ever shown you that you're going to be.